Good evening. Hello. Hello. I'm late already. I know. I'm not even done. I'm not even the basic stuff. Like, do that. I forgot everything. Good evening. Hello, Kirsty. Hello, Ali. Hello, Beaky. Hello, Sparkles. Um, Everyone's having a chat, so let's have a quick look. So everyone seems to be doing good, which is fantastic. Going by the looks of all this on my desk, hey, they're quite loud. Yeah, they're heavy. They're 1, 2, 3 blocks. They're going to come in useful. And I've got sharp knives, and I've got glue sticks, and I've got a ruler, and I've got a hot glue gun, and I'm essentially trying some templates out from Wulvenkraft, which is linked in the description below, which is where I've got these templates from. You print them out on A4, and then cut them out, and then I glued them onto card first, and then cut them out. And they're quite nice. And with them, you can get side with doors, side with just windows, side with a door in the middle. So you can have door left or right, door in the middle, all windows, all matching, all the same floors, which is excellent. Which is what I'm going to be doing tonight, the square ones. But if you wanted more of an archway door, and there you go. It does do other stuff, but I'm going to hopefully leave that for later towards the end. And yeah, this is going to be an ongoing project, put it that way. But terrain, So what I've done is those square ones. You can't, I don't, the light doesn't help with this. Yes, it does. There you go. So this one is 2 windows, 2 window walls. This sheet I went a bit crazy, and I've done 2 door walls and 1, 2, 3 window walls. Yeah, I need to do another window wall so that I can make kind of like through things that I've already got, but with 2 big spiky bits instead of 1 big spiky bit. Hopefully it'll make sense at the end. Probably won't, but hopefully it will. Either way, I need to draw out 1 more wall thing. Thank you for letting me know, Kirsty. I noticed you had your 40k thing, and I put it on my. Well, I was going to the bus, and it kept cutting out on me. I've still got to go back and finish listening to that. However, you did wander off topic by the time it got to the point where I was going through. It was funny listening to you trying to pronounce the names, however. Slanesh, Zeech, Korn, Nurgle. Those are the 4 Chaos Gods. It was quite funny listening to you try to pronounce them. It was funny and painful all at the same time. It was a weird experience. Let's put it that way. So, to carry on with what I was doing, I need the windows, which is this one. Pick the spot that I wish to have the windows, or cut the windows out of. And knowing that I'm going to cut along that line anyway, I'll try and get them close to it if I can. I see. Right across. That was actually tougher than it looked. I had to try and do something with my right hand and a pencil. That was ridiculously difficult. I don't know how you people do it on a day-to-day basis. It's just stupid. Why would you use your right hand? It just doesn't make sense. This is just a quick way of marking out where I need to cut out and where I can lose. When it comes to cutting, so that's a bit too worried about it. It'll possibly be getting sanded down later anyway. But yeah, that gives me two floors that are directly next to each other, so I can go and then flip it over. I think. Or do I have to do it like that and flip it over? And then do that on that side, that on that side, but it's fitted. I'll figure it out. I can't remember, but I have to do it twice and all that much. So that's how you use this template. Seems easy enough. I'm going to start with that one. And how long are these? Because at some point I'm going to need a floor. Anytime I reach in front of the camera, it sort of freezes. Oh, so as long as I'm not fast, I'm all right. Well, we should be all right then. Although I am on a time scale, so I don't know how much I want to end up getting done if I can't move particularly fast and on a time scale. We shall find out. Right. The first one that's going to cut out is the one we've just drawn. I've got a brand new knife for this. Always good for foam. Always cut away from yourself. So never cut towards yourself like I'm going to, because that would be a stupid thing to do. And only a moron and a complete idiot would do it. I'm joking. Sorry for the squeaky sound if that's coming through. I know that's probably gone right through some people, hasn't it? Luckily, I've got these earplugs and I barely even heard it. But still, I was aware that it was happening, so sorry for that, people. Anyone who was still watching at that point just go, no, fuck, no. I'm not listening to that sound. Evil. There's going to be a whole lot more of it as well. If you don't like it, I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, there's still going to be a whole lot more of it because if you've got to do it by knife, that's kind of that sound you're going to hear. Sorry. I found that out when working with this stuff. You can get a nice whoosh sound out of it, or you can get the squeaky sound out of it. I prefer the nice whooshy sound, but it's hard to get sometimes. Okay, there's the first one. Now we can do door, door, and other end. Just check that it's going to line up with the other ones that I am roughly going to want it to. I'm going to want to trim that down anyway, so yeah. It's near as damn it that I can deal with it, I think. I hope. So, 4 more walls and then I'll cut out windows and doors. So at least get a floor ready. I hate lining these things up. But sometimes all you've got is a pencil. You can't even find a pencil sharpener. So I've done it purposely with bluntish instruments because this is my can I do it? I do have some foam core, which is A4, funnily enough. The exact size I would need to be using these template things on. How lucky is that? So if this does work, I can always use that. And try something more elaborate if I wish. I would like to, and with the templates that are available, which, as I said, the link to where I got them all is in the description, or at least the channel is. You can get them from there. I think in his demonstration he uses a hot wire cutter because he's fancy. What can I say? If you've got a workshop and you can use a hot wire cutter, go right ahead. Not everybody has that choice though. So if you're like me and you don't have the option, a good sharp craft knife will do. And this is even from the pound shop, so don't worry about it just being, oh, it's only a cheap. It's a throwaway one, it's going to be fine. It'll get you through this project, especially a pack of them. I've got another one there. It'll get you through a project. It might even get you through 2. If you snap the blades off properly and use them. Like, don't start making stupid little things like, I think I'm not cut it on one enough off, but don't start doing that until you've actually got to try and figure out if you've got to shave it down or not. Don't make mistakes before mistakes. You don't have to. Oh, yeah. Don't force mistakes. It doesn't know already. Only have to measure them and then you'll find out. I think that there is actually a varying degree therein. Right. I suppose this is why I have 1, 2, 3 blocks. So we can do shit like this. Straight on that. And they're close enough. Very close. Right, final door, frame 1. Which I've already started on, I just need to follow the line. Which I probably should have done earlier, but never mind. Good evening, Captain. Good evening. This is Evie Mux. I've not actually had anyone up on this. Would you like to be the first person? Send me in. Yeah. If you wish to be the first person to join me, let me know. Send you the link, okie dokie. I know you. Oh, I think you prefer this method. Don't shut the entire window, you absolute moron. There we go. That helps. Yeah, really don't want to close the full window. It'll lose pretty much all sound. And the captain will be sat there in silence on his own, not being able to do anything. Which would be bad. Okay, put that to one side for the other one for a moment. So, I should go to sort the children out. One of them is distinctly smaller than all the others. And I've got a feeling it is, yeah, it's the door one. Where it's extra height went. Right, okay. Nothing unfixable. Nothing unfixable. We still need to cut windows and doors out. No, don't try. Stop that being cocky. I was thinking I might actually be able to cut 2 out there, but I can't. So I'm gonna, just cut 1. But I'm gonna freehand this one like an absolute either idiot or legend, one of the two. I'm going to have to do something to one, if not both sides of this, because I'm not happy with the texture. That I could possibly get away with as wood, but I'm certainly not happy with that texture because some of it's got word stuff on it. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Try not to slip and cut yourself or ruin the entire thing. It would be nice if I could do this dressed out entirely in chainmail. Just. What do you mean you don't have permission? Invite guest. Oh, right, wait a minute. Copy that. See if that's a different one. See if that's a different one. I may have sent you the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Whoa. Ow. Hello. Right.
How's it going?
Not too bad. I've been allowed to use dangerous tools tonight, which is fun.
Right. Hello, Thomas.
Say again, sorry?
I'm saying hello to Thomas in the chat. So.
Oh, hello, Thomas. I'm sorry, Thomas. I am sorry. I'll try and keep it down to a minimum, but there is a certain amount of it that is inevitably using this crap. I'm lucky that I've got headphones in, and now I've also got Captain wherever he's talking or anything that comes through from him, blocking out the sound of polystyrene. It's great.
It's weird. It's weird being on this as a guest, you know. So,
what on EV Lux?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not had a guest before, so it's showing me latencies and things for everybody, which is odd for me.
Yeah, it's weird. I like it, and I'll be honest. I literally was only passing through, and I thought when you said you hadn't had anybody on, I thought, fuck it, I'll come up and say hello. So,
thank you very much for being my guinea pig once again.
Yeah, sorry. Thomas, no, I think my singing is going to be harder on the ears than polystyrene being cut. So,
well, I don't know. Ali and a few others have took it upon themselves to try and get me to sing songs. And seeing as I'm sat here not actually paying attention to the camera and looking this way, if it's a song that I might know or like, then occasionally I do sing little bits of stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah, you could. You always get your man on from Semi-Sonic at the minute.
From who?
Hello, Pete. It's the drummer from Semi-Sonic, so you could sing Closing Time if you wanted.
I don't know closing time. You're gonna have to sing it for me to know what closing time is.
You know the song. I don't know the lyrics, but was it? I'm not even going to try and sing. It's closing time. One last call for alcohol, but something else. You know?
Those are top lyrics.
You absolutely will know the song if I'm not murdering it, but yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Because I know I murder songs, I get bored and change the lyrics. Basically, the one and only time I actually tried to sing the song, I got bored and I torpedoed the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily sing the songs properly, but
yeah. So he's got the guy from Semi-Sonic on. So But yeah,
Is he still got him up and talking?
yeah. Unfortunately, he seems a bit of a dweeb. You know,
What? Wait a minute. What band member is he? Did you say?
he's the drummer.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight in the first place. He's a drummer. He hides behind the drum kit. There's a reason why he hides behind the drum kit.
Yeah, no,
He doesn't do the talking. He's not the front man.
no. So what do you think? What do you think of EV Mux?
Um, I don't. Apart from the 2 hour time limit thing, it seems to be okay. The oh, the little logo in the top corner is a bit over the top,
Yeah,
being
but
all animated and stuff. But
you know yourself that's a ploy to get you to pay for it.
yes, I understand what that is. That is a look. If you're not going to pay for that, then you might as well be sponsored by us because our logo is going to be all over this shit.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll be
so
honest.
I understand that.
We hung out last night on Restream. Didn't go live or anything, but they're, they're much of a
I,
muchness. There was a couple of things I really liked on this EV Mux. So I know you're not doing it because you're busy, but I like the fact you can set the comments to disappear, so you can highlight a comment. So there's you know Ali said that you're a great singer. You can highlight that, and it'll pop up the screen, and it'll disappear in whatever time you've set, say like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. We daft things like that, I think, are really good.
it is for things like this. Should I actually get good at it?
Hello,
And
Kirsty.
it is literally a case of getting good.
Yeah, um, you have to mess
Doing
around with it.
doing a live stream is one thing, and doing the modeling is a different thing. And trying to do both at the same time is
Yes,
just a fucking confusing thing.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Um, there are things on it that are pretty funky. The dark mode straight out of the box is brilliant.
yes, I
Um,
do like that.
yeah,
And
I think Restream does the same. The comments thing I like. There's a soundboard on it, so you get sounds there. Um,
yes, I this is yeah. The problem is I don't because my hands are busy.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I don't get to use the soundboard and play with the soundboard and
Well, I'll be honest. I sometimes just doing it to mess about. You know, I did a couple of streams with it just to try everything out. You know, and it's just different. It's
it
variation sort of thing. You know, they're not reinventing the wheel here. So
well, there was one big difference that made me choose this over Restream, and that's when I tried Restream, my phone had a clear half-second lag for me in
uh,
studio,
yeah,
and that's like a no, I can't afford that.
yeah,
I cannot afford it to do that.
yeah.
So it was this, which I believe still has a microsecond or two lag between me saying hello and it actually showing up properly, but not
I'll
that
be honest.
much.
I like it. I think it's um. Of the ones that we messed about with, I think I preferred this one. The 2 hours is weird because 2 hours is more than enough a lot of the time, but sometimes you don't want to quit at 2 hours. Sometimes you're having fun and people have just turned up, and you know,
Yes, having that choice to run over is not
yeah,
there. It's taken away from you, which is both good and it isn't because it forces you to work to a work time. You've got 2 hours to get your
yeah,
fucking ass in gear, um, and from there, yeah, because of that, you make sure you do what you need to do.
yeah,
Problem is, as you said, sometimes because because you're running a live stream, people do come in. Like a squirrel came in late last time, and it was on this, so I didn't have a choice. It was going off whether I wanted it to or not, and I would have liked to have stayed on for a little bit longer, but never mind.
Although you can just hit the go live button again. It's just 2 hours at a time. I don't think there's a limit to how often you can do it.
Well, that'll be all right. That'll be better.
Because it's what it is. Again, it's one of the advantages over StreamYard. If you've used a studio setup for StreamYard, once
Yes.
you've used it, you can go back into it, but you can't go live again. On Restream, you can just hit go live again.
I did not know about that, mate. That's handy. How close will that reach? That'll reach there. That's good. I'm now using hot glues. So, 1 minute while I catch up on everything that I've done so far. So I've cut out doors, which I think I'm going to make the brick side, the outside one, so I can make that look wooden on the inside, which will be better. Because I can do better bricks than that, and it'll add thickness to it.
Okay.
2 door walls, 2 window walls. And they should be able to make a house. Or at least the ground floor of a house.
Yeah.
Or a building. In theory, if you don't absolutely balls this up, but in one of several ways, because I'm using a hot glue gun, the hot glue nozzle melts this foam like for fun. It does not have any qualms about just going, yeah, that stuff just go away. So I've got to put the hot glue on nicely. And
well, something you could do. We touch more expensive, but you could get go down to like a B&Q or somewhere and get like the wee pine corners, so like an 8-foot one, and you could have it at the, like the wee kitchen edge, like it goes on a 90-degree angle. Say it's a wee decorative bit of pine. I can't remember. I think it's just corners.
Oh yeah, just trim.
Yeah, that sort of proper. You can get because it's wood, it's pine. You get those. One stick of those would be a few quid, and you could cut it. You could have you could make that the outside corner or the inside corner of your houses. It'd be pretty rigid and give you a good 90-degree angle and stuff.
True. It would. It'd also be a damn sight lot more expensive.
Probably.
All I need is for these to hold together pretty much. I can then reinforce them with other stuff by adding, in this case, bricks to the outside and the actual corners and other things to them, so that there is. So first of all, it'll probably be filling those bits in. We can't filling those bits in with something other than the hot glue.
Everything just went dark. So take it you can't see me at the minute, can you?
I can see you.
Right, it's just my end then. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh this. Everything, my screen and everything went dark. That's weird.
Everything's just gone dark on your side. That's not good. Can you see it still? See your keyboard and things?
No, it's come back up. You can hear me, you can see me, so it seems to be a.
Yes, I can see you fine.
Weird. And my avatar is not there either. It's not. I'm gonna end out and go back in again a wee minute. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this video. Just so listen for me coming back out, back in. Sorry, so.
It's alright. Just say something else. Shit myself.
Let me see. Other people are right. It is weird. It's just actually, how the fuck do you leave this?
Okay, well, now you've gone down there. I can. No, just push the top.
Oh, I know. Here.
Yeah, I had trouble leaving this as a guest.
Yeah. So I mean, now you say I just need to work it out because um,
Yeah, go ahead. I can drop you down though while you do it. I'm going to remove him from seeing people. I've still got to listen to him waffle away with whatever crap's going on. No, I want him unmuted. There we go. So if he's still talking for some reason, when I dropped him down, I stopped hearing him talking. I'm not sure why. Ah, I don't love the smell of really, really hot glue, especially when you get it on things you don't want to. Ow. Right, now I'm going to try and move this around. Without that happening, crap. You're supposed to act like a well, damn it. I hate using hot glue. Just so everyone knows, I really, really hate it. We have Captain Melting back. Hello.
all right. Well, yeah. So it worked out hard to leave them.
Apparently so. What was
Yeah.
up to now?
So just for future reference, see up the top right hand corner where your name is, there's a wee drop down menu.
Yes.
You just hit log out.
Okay.
Weird. Yeah, everything just went black, and then
Well, that was
some of it wouldn't refresh, and um, yeah, weird.
well. I found out again why I hate using hot glue sticks and hot glue gun as a medium, and that's because they're an absolute pain in the ass. That's you. I thought I put you back on the scene.
It did, but then I had hit a button. I was trying to do something, and it booted me again. So,
Damn it! Don't press buttons. It doesn't do
yeah, no,
anything good.
weird. Now, this could be why I have heard other people saying they've heard restream saying this is glitchy, and I hadn't noticed it um, until now. And maybe they're right. Maybe it's just more noticeable as a guest. I don't know. But then again, StreamYard was clunky and on weekly
I,
times.
I don't know. Streaming actually kind of got a reasonable deal out of what you got though. Even though yes, it was clunky, it was workable clunky.
Yeah, but then there was even things that are like you couldn't. If somebody put a comment in the YouTube chat, if you highlighted it on Streamyard, the icon you know didn't show up in Streamyard. You know.
Oh, like the flags and things.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No, no worries. Let's get all four sides glued together in at least a base form way. And then I can shore up and strengthen from there. One way to do that would be to add a top. That would help. So hopefully I've only wasted one glue stick to put the walls together. Can I get a floor out of this? I think I should be able to, but I'm going to need to strengthen those walls first. Ah, crap. See, as I said, if it's too hot, it actually melts the damn plastic. Melts the damn foam. Ah! Ow, that stuff is bloody hot. No, no, that one's not good enough.
Right.
Right. Prepared for this very moment, I think. I hope.
So Joey compared himself to Joe Rogan in the middle of the interview, which sounds quite optimistic.
What, balls and fat? That's about the only comparison he can possibly make to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Joey's nice. I love Joey, but he's not Joe Rogan.
Yeah, there's my avatar back.
Oh, God. See, I don't think I've looked into that. Mine will be automatic, especially for this camera. If I was to use an avatar.
It's not a difficult thing to do. You have to remember, if I can do this shit, anybody can do it. So,
yes, I know, but there's a difference between doing this shit and doing this shit where you've got a 6-year-old asking you questions that you really don't want to be like, I don't know. And then, yeah. So, trying to do this it's a little bit difficult sometimes to try and learn to do stuff when you don't necessarily have the time to sit and you don't actually have the chance to sit and go, I'm going to learn it, I'm going to sit around and fuck around with that. Although I did manage to go swimming today, so I'm absolutely fucking knackered as well.
Oh, that's good.
Right,
I haven't been.
thought I was going to have a heart attack.
I haven't been swimming in ages. Used to go swimming during the pandemic, So, no, Ali. To be honest, I'm contemplating trying to sell it because it's in the run up to Christmas. It's when I have the best chance of selling it and getting some money. So,
So what's that?
guitar. Shouldn't have bought my guitar. Um,
Uh,
it's not like me to jump into something like that. I'm normally much better uh, about thinking things through, and in the end, it was just a stupid mistake, a costly mistake. So it's sitting there, just literally gathering dust, and taking up space. So
I too have been contemplating the very same thing about my bass. Don't worry.
um, it's a nice guitar and all, and if I had any sort of talent, it would probably be really handy. But it's just money sitting tied up there, quite literally just getting dusty. So, um,
Well,
just
basses are quite big, and I've rather large. Even though it's beat up, it's a large case for it, so
fine.
it keeps it in good condition. But it's still a lot of room to take up in the wardrobe where I've got it. So it's like I don't play the damn thing and never pick it up. So yeah, I might sell it.
Ultimately, if you're going to do it, it's probably best to do this side of Christmas. So,
Yes, when people are looking to get it as a gift as opposed to
yeah.
try and sell it because it was an unwanted gift.
More than that, I'm going to maybe sit tomorrow and get mine cleaned up and put it in country or something. Um, so
Speaking of getting things cleaned up, I need to get my models cleaned up and ready for selling on eBay, which should be fun. I'm actually going to sell some metal models because I don't ever intend to use them.
yeah,
Metal's an absolute pain in the backside to obviously cut up, and compared to plastic, that is. So for modding, metal's just a nightmare.
yeah,
So I might as well sell them.
yeah. I need to clear the decks. I have too much crap sitting about, and guitar was just stupid. It was just stupidity. I don't have the talent or the ability. I don't have the time. Um, and it really just isn't like me to jump and do something so stupid, so expensive, and so just
You're getting rid.
yeah, I think I need to call it quits with it and just get rid of it. Otherwise, it'll just sit there and just, even if we get put £700 worth sitting there, so if I get £300 or £400 for it, which it should do for the amp and the guitar, it's £300 or £400 to pay for Christmas. I mean,
Oh, easily enough.
then,
You get a nice Christmas, especially if you spend it all on just the house Christmas Day. You get a nice Christmas Day out of that.
yearly we've been, I have stuff coming tomorrow. Sainsbury's delivery coming tomorrow. I have stuff bought for Christmas coming. So because Ferrero Rocher is cheap, so we've got Ferrero Rocher's ordered just to get them good away for Christmas and stuff like that.
That's yeah. So there's your Christmas chocolate. That's sorted. That's nice.
I just, and we've been talking about it as a family. We always just go way too overboard for Christmas, and it becomes stressful, and ultimately there's money wasted on crap just for the sake of doing it anymore. It's just too much. Um, excuse me.
No problem. In that case, spend it on the day. How big's Maddie getting now?
Very. Yeah, she's. And to
Should
be
imagine.
honest, she's brilliant. And
She's got some strength in her as well. Though.
oh yeah, she's only about 5 months, something like that. And
Oh,
she's,
jeez.
she's only going to get stronger and stuff. Because I'll be honest, I've been thinking about it a lot. Since Lola died, having a pup here has been godsend. You know. Um,
Well, You're a dog lover.
Yeah,
You essentially need a dog,
yeah,
and
and it's, I mean, me going to work is slightly different, but Robert doesn't work, and he used to just the dog used to sit with him all day, and you know.
you need a dog. A dog needs to exercise. A dog needs to be able to run. A dog needs to be able
No,
to.
I don't mean like that. The Lola used to be company for Robert because Robert, wasn't Robert can't
Oh
walk.
right, okay.
So yeah, she would have kept him company during the day and everything, just stupid, just stroking her and talking to her and stuff, and
Yeah.
when she died, that disappeared, and the very next day I heard him downstairs, the pup, and you can't not react to the pup. The pup just goes, "Right, come here, you, I'm gonna love you," and jumps on you, and
Yeah.
you know what they're like, the pups. It's just play with me, play with me, play with me,
Yeah.
and
But
so she's from that point of view, she's been an absolute godsend. It's just a real distraction from everything else, So
well, that's good because that's essentially why we have pets.
yeah,
It's because as much as some people on this planet sit there and go, "Oh no, I'm a lone person," and nah, you have a pet and you love it, whether it's a cat, a dog, or whatever. We are social creatures,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
we kind of need it.
Yeah. She's she's just been brilliant. Just I mean, the amount of times just everybody's just laughing because she's just doing something daft, just and she's stupid things that probably don't mean anything to people outside the house, but you know, she wants my spot on the settee. So I literally, if I go to the door and let her out, she'll run up and she'll jump on the settee where I was sitting, and
Yeah, she'll feel your seat.
yeah, and
Uh,
equally, you know,
little.
yeah,
No, that's a game for when she comes back.
yeah,
You get to call or
all
whatever
of
and tell her to get out.
yeah, she's really really vocal. I've never known a bully to bark as much, and especially at me for some reason. And we playing with her, she's barking. But even the other day, the funniest thing is when she's got something in her mouth, but she's still trying to growl and bark at you, and it's just pathetic, and it just makes me laugh. Um, so yeah,
That, that language she doesn't like. It's like, you laughing at?
I know, it's just brilliant. And the only problem is I've never known a dog give so many toys. There's toys absolutely fucking everywhere, and it's just like
Is she actually going through them, or does she play with them? Is she chewing them or playing with them?
some of them she's destroyed, but some of them were just be cheap, flimsy ones, Um, but we have our more heavy duty ones with bullies, and they were they're such strong jaws. What they do
Yeah.
that it's tendency to destroy, almost any toy after a while.
What do you mean almost any toy after a while, unless you buy them the ridiculously right? This is made for that type of dog who can
Oh
chew
no,
through a brick.
no, that doesn't matter. I bought three. They're like spiky, sort of squeaky toy balls, and they're supposed to be indestructible. And they've even got an English Bull Terrier on the uh, on the cover. And our Lola destroyed, two of them in about 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, more like 30 seconds. And I emailed them and says these are supposed to be indestructible. And even specifically an English Bull Terrier on your advert, and my English Bull Terrier killed it, and so they sent me another three, for nothing.
Kill them.
I will eventually. We just didn't give them, right away. So, in fact, funny enough, there's one left down there. Maddie's got one of them. Um, but
Can you go for anything a bit higher up?
oh, we've done that. There's a brand called Kong, and they're supposed to be indestructible, and they're heavy duty. But bullies are such a strong bite force, and they're destructive when they want to be. They can break breeze blocks in half and all.
That's why I say get ones that can withstand those that can chew through bricks.
Yeah,
Because I know, yeah, but
all
yeah,
sorts.
no. Well, buggers can chew through all sorts of
Absolutely.
crap.
Joey's still alive.
Yeah, well, if he's got an audience and the person's still there chatting, he will be. It's kind of what he does.
Yeah, I my first comment was asking him if he's looking forward to voting for Trump. With Joey said, not asking that, so I called him a pussy. Um, no,
I'll show you what asked that because he's a US channel. It makes sense. You don't necessarily want to pick off your guests.
I know, but yeah, fair plays. I mean, the guy's up. How do you find the start time when you're not? Well, 86 minutes ago, was it? He's been on an hour and a half nearly. So fair play to him.
Does he? All right.
He started,
You're
yeah,
getting good out of the interview then.
yeah, started after 9, so. But I meant to do something. I could do it while we were talking. I was supposed to do an update, and um,
What do you mean you're supposed to do an update?
um, I was supposed to do an update on fantasy football,
Ah,
because I've been doing well. Actually, I had a reasonable week. Um,
I've been doing shit. I think you've gone back above me.
I had 54 points, which was a reasonably high score for the week. EB, because he said me actually, how the fuck did he get number one? I said, I don't know.
AB's not number one, is it?
He is top of the league.
I thought number one's not changed for about 3 fucking weeks, and it's some.
No, I started with it, but the annoying thing is there's at least two people above me that just auto picked, and they're doing better than I am. So
Oh, I know these people above me that are just auto picks. I know there is.
yeah, it's
I,
just
I also don't ever recommend jamming a pencil into the end of a hot glue gun to push out the hot glue. It is also not a good idea. But that gives us floor number 2-ish.
let's go YouTube and put it in the community post.
Then we need to make floor number 3.
Channel. Yeah,
Which will go on there. That'll be easier to put that way around, wouldn't it? Yeah. Floor number 2. And
it was back this week.
Jesus Christ, have you got a drum kit there or a keyboard?
Keyboard.
Fucking doesn't sound like it.
Right, hold on. I'll mute myself for a second.
Just be soft on your keys. Your keyboard will thank you for it.
I'm trying to justify buying a new one anyway. So maybe that'll be it. I don't like a quad keyboard. It's weird. I like it sounding like it's being typed. So
I understand I like a clicky keyboard. I'm not sure at this moment, Ali. Actually, I'll highlight that one. I'm not sure at this moment in time. I'm going to keep them because you never know when they might come in useful. You never know when they might be handy. But I have no projects for them at the moment.
Quiplash. I couldn't remember the name. Quiplash.
You couldn't remember the name? What? Sorry.
Quiplash, because we were playing. Yeah. We actually played Cards versus Humanity the other night for the first time in years. And
Cards versus Humanity.
yeah, You've never played Cards versus Humanity?
No.
It's like Quiplash, only much better. So you're sitting around a table with your friends,
Okay.
and
I like the sound of this so far.
you've got so you start off with 10 random answers, right? You don't know what they are. You just pick 10 cards, and then you take turns. So say I go, I'll pick up a question and I'll read out the question, and you have to decide which of your 10 answers is the funniest, right?
Right.
So you then put it in the middle face down. Everybody does the same, and then I'll pick one random and I'll read the question out. So it'll be, you know, I mean, one of the ones is, why is my sex life so bad? And one of the answers will be something daft, like, there's hundreds, maybe
Because you
3,000
refuse to do it
answers.
anywhere but a toilet.
But
One of the answers could be because you refuse to do it anywhere but a toilet.
yeah, so literally, I'll read them all out, and then I decide which one I think's the funniest. And if I pick yours out, you get the point. And it's that simple, but it's really, really good fun. But
Oh, cool.
as long as people don't get offended, so you need to play it with
Yeah.
people that are going to have a laugh and not be bitches about it, because some of them are brutal. One of the answers is fucking, about Madeline McCann being missing, you know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's nearly always the winning answer, but
Depending on the question. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, we had a laugh playing it, but I couldn't remember the name. Um, so Quiplash is like that, only you play it online. So say I was to go live tonight, people, anybody in the chat can put in the code and join in. And but you, the difference between Quiplash is all, you have to type the answer. You don't have random answers given to you.
Ah. So you can almost get the. It's almost like the chat could be the people giving the answers, and then you pick the funniest, and then whoever, blah blah blah.
Well,
That could work.
on Quiplash, you type in your answers, and then your answer will go up against somebody else, right? So you don't know who it is. You can guess sometimes, and then everybody in the game then votes as to which one was funniest. You know,
Oh,
the
so it's a
problem is when we
PvP thing.
yeah. So the problem was when we were doing it, every answer became Blake, 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 and I said last time, if it happens again, I'll just go to end the game and not play it. And
Yeah, that's
it
not a fun game.
happened. Bryce just thought he was being funny and kept putting Blake answers, and it's okay, we're done. And I ended it and wouldn't play it again. It just became dull. I mean, making fun of your friends is you know what I mean. It's part of the charm of it. It's a bit of good natured ribbon, but it just every answer was Blake, 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 Blake. It just became dull. Um,
Well,
and it
first of all,
was
I'm going to address Kirsty. And get feedback for some reason. I don't know why. Yes, essentially, Kirsty, it's a bigger set of ruins than what I currently have, so I can have a bigger set of ruins.
so sorry.
As for Blake, I'm still waiting to find out if something arrived with him or not.
Okay.
Because
No,
I sent him all the drawings from the JB's Hangouts. So when I was on there and I was sat doodling and had a drawing, any of those I've left over, he has
right. Okay.
stuff sent to him.
Yeah, it's weird. No, I'm not. I'm not in any way. I think Blake's brilliant. I'm not having a go. I'm just.
No,
It,
no.
it became tedious because it was just constant Blake. It was just everybody just was like,
Yeah, find a different joke. It's not as funny
yeah,
anymore.
that was it. Just was boring. Like saying, and half of the fun is taking a piss out of each other. It just every answer was Blake, Blake, Blake. Oh, for fuck's sake, you cunts. So. I'm gonna send you a message.
Right, okay. Did Joey a message or me a message?
Joey,
All right.
just let him know we're on yours if he wants to pop over. So.
Oh, is he just finished? Oh,
Yeah, he's
damn it!
finished.
I'm gonna have to turn the volume down.
Reminds me. I was sending her for that name of that game. Um,
Right.
yeah, he'll be over in 2 minutes. So let me see. Hearth. That game, he may not remember because it was late that he was drinking. So that game, he couldn't remember is called.
Oh, that's gonna be the worst blade snapper I've ever encountered in my life.
Yeah. So what are you trying to make? I know. And don't say a
Um,
house, but is it a ruined house? Is it a?
it's in this instance, yes, it's going to be a ruined house.
Yeah.
But I have not put floors on it yet because I've not finished I've not decided how I'm going to finish this side off yet.
Yeah. So how did it get ruined? Was it blown up in an explosion? Was it?
Undecided at the moment. What I'm doing at the minute is seeing if these templates work, and they seem to. If you was to just do the building like that and put floors on each one, it would stack up very easily and very modular. And if you actually had time and spent a bit more effort on it rather than rushing it with hot glue, you could probably get something nice out of it.
Yeah. No, it's not that. Your edges are all way too straight for they've been blown up or collapsed or anything like that. But I know you'll.
Yes. The next, I'm going to try and get this bit done, and then hopefully it's going to make some kind of floor that can go on top of the bottom floor.
Right. Okay.
So if I wish to later on, I can then cut it out and put a staircase in or something. If people say, "Yeah, but how do you get from that floor to the bed?" Fuck you. Hopefully, this piece is gonna do that for me. But I'm not liking how this bloody glue gun's working. So I'm not sure whether or not this idea is gonna work, or whether or not I'm just gonna end up melting a big fucking hole through. Uh, It'll give me something to work with. Right.
Yeah. It's a fully detached 5 bedroom with 3 en suite and a rear garage.
Not quite, but it's a lot bigger than that last little building I was building, I will admit. But I needed something bigger. That's why I was looking for something like this.
Are you doing dovetail joints?
No, that's just because I'm using underfloor heating foam
Okay.
to perform this action and do this crap.
The last 6 shorts I put out have all been on my pup. Weird. And the one before that was me going to get it.
What are your shots?
Maddie versus the chair, Maddie versus Jet, Maddie and really old Lola versus the cow. Fuck, I forgot about Lola being there. I see Maddie. Maddie hates Christmas. Puppy's first day.
Maddie doesn't hate Christmas. Maddie will probably love Christmas if she gets something.
I'm not even sure we're going to bother putting bloody tree up because I think she'll destroy it. Not necessarily through being bad, just being mental.
Yeah, just running around and what's this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the Christmas tree, Maddie, but you have now turned it into a pile of shredded tinsel. Whoa, that was a square, so to
I'm
speak.
going to send Joey the link, by the way.
Yes, I can. Is it not the same link that I give you, or is I've got to send him a different one?
I don't know.
Copy.
Probably the same thing. Sorry, I'll get him. I didn't. I forgot.
Damn it, to send him one, I've got to log into that.
No, that's all right. It's sent.
Uh,
Hopefully that'll work.
Fingers crossed. Are you glued to the desk? Yeah. Good. You're not glued to anything. You son of a bitch.
You know what might be an option for you as well? And sorry, I don't mean to be a dick sitting, behind you, but a reasonably good cardboard, like cardboard packing boxes, and you can get the likes of that from Amazon relatively cheap.
Also,
Stick together and all.
you can use all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to be the core, essentially. So, like the last one that I built, where the MDF was, I used MDF as the core building, glued the bricks to that. Same thing with this. This is going to be the core building, and I will be gluing. Oh boy, am I going to look forward to that! That's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm going to be gluing bricks to this fucker. So that's going to be an enjoyable couple of months of streaming.
Yeah.
Seeing as we're going to have that to look forward to, I'll do the cats on a different stream, I think, and do them as a. I'm not fucking putting bricks on. Thank fuck for that stream. But yes, this is the start of this one. If what is looking like it will go reasonably okay goes reasonably okay, because the base idea looks like it'll work. If I can bring that down. So yeah, a large enough building for come here, dickhead. Him to be able to stand next to and hide, as well as the ridiculously huge creatures that Sparkles is going to be using to stand behind and hide effectively, along with those other things on hills. And hills, should I say. But I need to be able to fill the battlefield up. And this seems to be a good way. Also, having bricks means I can use them as D&D big houses, warehouses, whatever I need it to be, and it'll fit quite easily with it not having a footprint like the other ones. With the basically all the bottom's going to be open, so hopefully I can flip it over, and then I was hoping maybe store the other pieces inside, but maybe not. But to a degree, store the other pieces inside. Maybe it'll fit like that. Yeah, it will, but it stands up. That's not very good. But all the strength's going to come from the roof, from the first floor. And it'll be weird. Yeah, he's going to run in reverse slightly to a normal building. I'll figure it out as I go along. I usually do. Well, that's usually how I do it anyway. So at least there's the first floor. almost ready. I do need to do some trimming and extra gluing. So it's the start. Second floor's halfway done. I'm not sure where to make the incision on the next half of the second floor. I fucking see, and that's why I wanted to go inside. So do the same again and just have it directly mirrored and just make the direct cut across? Or do I come across more at an angle?
No idea. You're talking aloud. You're not really looking for actual input, are you?
Yes.
Okay. I just mirror it.
Mirror.
Always symmetry.
Well, it's only the base line for it anyway, so it's not like it is actually. I have to have it actually symmetrical, but there we go. Now clip any edges. I hate mouse. I like the song, but I hate these craft knife things. They're never reliable. Aha! There is Joey in the basement. Good evening, Joey. How are you doing, mate?
Pretty good. What's up, boys?
You all right?
I'm trying to concentrate so I don't cut myself.
Yeah, you don't want to cut
I'm
your finger
alright.
off, bro. You had beautiful hands. You don't want to cut that finger off.
It'll be fantastic content, though.
Fucking A, it would be.
Yep.
Shit,
Oh,
the
yes.
best thing since fucking Psycho Steve fell down them stairs a couple years back.
Yeah.
It'll be clips in so many shots, it'll be untrue. I'll become an instant overnight success.
Hey. It's
Figure
what's
out
new,
the
fellas.
niche.
The weekend's over, man. It's a fast fucking weekend, bro. It went really quick. Too quick.
Absolutely.
The what went really quick?
The weekend.
What's one of them?
The weekend's like Saturday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday when they have days off and shit. Like today's a day off for federal workers today because it's Columbus Day. And listen, if you're out there and you think Columbus was a dick, you're an idiot because you're not properly educated on Columbus. He did no worse than the people of his day. He, that's what everybody did back then.
Oh, well, the fuck gives a shit? He's dead.
Hey, well, I mean, you get these people like, oh, I gotta call it Indigenous People Day because he enslaved. Like, fuck you. Everybody did that shit back then. Columbus was no different.
Absolutely.
Did so much for this country without, I mean, people, I'm not considered to say he discovered it. Everybody knows that, but I mean, fuck, he discovered it for fucking people who had money, people who fucking bettered the world. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yep. Absolutely.
He helped us politically take over it, essentially. Can't really argue with that.
Every part of our culture and traditions has been attacked. Every single facet of it. Even now, Churchill, there's a movement of people saying that Churchill was bad. You know, and he was worse. Sitting that wanker on Tucker Carlson, who's really taken a nosedive since he went independent. You know, that Churchill was the bad guy in World War II and he was worse than Hitler. You know, just, you don't have a fucking clue, do you?
You gotta be an idiot to think that. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. You know, so.
He was aware there was a price that had to be paid, and he was aware of what that price was.
And the thing is, there's no perfect people anywhere.
No.
There never has been. There never will be.
Fucker.
Nope.
You know, so have any of our our heroes or whatever get any and they all snowy white and have a records? No. No
Even
matter
James
what
Earl
state
got
it's
to
political
prosecution,
divide
didn't
they are. 'Cause, I mean, you look at fucking, Martin Luther King Jr., you know, hero of the civil rights movement, but when you look into him, he was a cunt. You know what I mean? He just verifiably was, he was, bad man, but
See, Allie, take it easy, swear.
he?
I,
Ali,
I follow MLK's. I sent MLK's MLK the third a message on Twitter. He never responded. Love to get him on the show. Imagine having your dad, and your dad is the reason there's a holiday in America. It's kind of pretty cool.
yeah.
I mean, regardless of what you think of MLK himself, right? I mean, he's at the time. There's most of the '60s and all that hippie movement and all that was a lot of government plans. I mean, if you guys, Captain, I know you know who J. Edgar Hoover is, but
Yeah.
if you really studied J. Edgar Hoover, he was so paranoid about rebel forces and communists and this and that he would literally just plan and make up shit to get people incited for violence.
Yep.
Not much of the '60s is very authentic. It was a lot of bullshit by the government. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So what you're saying is your government was more nuts then than it is now?
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Scary thought.
I think people
I do a lot of these claims for Vietnam. I do a lot of these claims for Vietnam, and I just love looking at the old records because they'll if people participated in any of these organizations, they're not fitting. There's a list of 150 random ass shit, like the Polish Workers' Party of Pennsylvania. It's like something that makes no sense and nobody's even in. You know what I mean? But they're so paranoid about it.
Yeah, but I don't think the government's any worse now. Well, actually, the current government is wild, but as a concept, modern governments aren't really worse than they were. It's just people are more aware now because it's hard. Information just travels so quickly. It's not, it's not. It happens today. It happens early enough today. It's in tomorrow's newspaper. Failing that, it's in the day after, and it's and then it's so easy to censor and all the rest of it. It's just harder to keep things quiet now.
Yeah, they still manage it. Every time there's a picture of a UFO, it's still blurry as fuck from a 1980s fucking.
Well, that's just fucking dumb rednecks.
What, the ones who can't use the phone?
Yeah.
No, but Blake took pictures. We've seen that. We see them all the time when we look at his Facebook.
Oh, don't start me on that talk. I honestly, I don't fucking get it. Just constantly fucking taking selfies. It's nearly the same thing every time. Just put it on Facebook,
Nearly? Oh, well, yeah, I'll let you off with nearly.
Leave the fucking house and go and do something,
Even if gotta leave the house.
Yeah.
This weekend is my kids' school homecoming, so they're all going as a group. So that's good, because that way, because Jimmy's going, and Jimmy's not, he doesn't, he's not like me. He doesn't really have a huge network and shit. So this would be good for him to get out of the shell and meet people and stuff like that. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, I remember my first dance was quite embarrassing. It was a mixer. They called them mixers back then too. But I went there and I didn't know how to ask anybody to dance, and I was just I ended up fucking just sitting on some chairs all by myself, all lonely and shit. High school was a weird time. I didn't like high school too much. I was fucking awkward drunk, bro. It was ridiculous. I mean, I see how these kids. I look at kids there's a couple kids in the Scouts that I watch their lives and shit. I look at what they've done compared to my high school career. Like, God damn, I was a fuck up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But at least you understand it and you can go, look, I did this, don't do it. It was a bad idea.
That's true. I mean, my kids are never going to touch a drop of alcohol from what they've told me. So my backwards way of nuking my life kind of worked out in that part, at least. I don't know. What do you think of? I saw that Trump question, and I knew that guy was very woke-ish because I've seen a couple things from him before. So I wasn't going to touch any political shit because I know the chat would just go crazy with fucking everything. We got a bunch of MAGA heads in the chat, so that's why I didn't ask the Trump question.
I knew you wouldn't do it. I knew you wouldn't ask. That's why.
Oh shit!
You wuss. You absolute wuss.
Honestly, I wanted to ask him. Are you one of the white gays for Harris? But
White dudes for Harris. Fucking Harris. Yeah, Harris is well, that's why the reason I don't talk politics too much. Most it's a weird dichotomy. Like people who tune into my show, I'm assuming they respect me and respect my stuff. Like I've never heard anybody yell at me because I've dogged Trump, you know what I mean? But people who don't know me through the show, just random people, friends, whatever, and they start talking about this guy. Within 2 seconds, they're starting to yell, dude. It's like they're like my buddy Bobby, for example. He's like, oh, well, did you have it better under Harris or better under Trump? And I said, dude, it's been equal for me. It's whatever. I'm a government worker. I think they both suck. Or Biden and Trump. He's like, he starts yelling. He's like, oh, you're going to say, like, dude, shut up. That's what I want to tell him. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's so toxic on some of this shit. So that's why, that's why I keep a very aloof attitude about it. And I mean, if we are being honest, they are all both full of bullshit. And Ohio's a red state anyway, so my vote doesn't count. So I'm going to vote Chase Oliver for one, because he did the courtesy of being on my show. And two, I think, he's not going to win. I know that. I'm not an idiot. But I mean, if somebody like him did get in, it'd be so much refreshing. He's a
wanker. He's a wanker. You know he's a wanker. Just because he's on your show doesn't stop him from being a wanker.
Well, he could be a wanker. He's less of a wanker than the other two fucking guys. And I think he had at least a couple policies that would work. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's
they're all wankers.
The government is so complacent. Like, people don't realize how, like, the bureaucracy and just the mundaneness of it. We haven't had an actual budget passed in years. It's just years and decades of continuing resolutions. They don't really do anything. They just kind of take what was there and just try to make it not shitty, and it's so partisan now. Nothing
yeah, so I'm going to make two very quick and not overly controversial statements, and then I'll stop talking about politics. But there's two things that, I've never seen politics so fucking divisive at the minute, and so partisan and scarily violent and all the rest of it. And the second one, Elon Musk. If Trump gets in, he's talking about Elon Musk in to do an efficiency drive within the government, and you saw what he did on Twitter. You did 80% of the thing, and it got better.
Right.
So, and I know you're part of the bureaucracy, so I know you have to be careful how you say this, but there's everybody knows how massive the civil service and all is, and there's loads of people doing fuck all except drawing a fucking paycheck. And if somebody goes in and with a genuine, honest fucking,
I want to sort this shit out.
Yeah,
make it work, save the money.
Easily fucking let fucking loads of people go, and you wouldn't notice a single difference. The DMV wouldn't get any slower,
All the diversity stuff, and we got a whole department of what's it called, diversity, equity, inclusion. There's like an entire fucking division of that. I mean, what the fuck do these people do? I mean, it's like, and my job is I don't know. It's kind of weird because, like, could it be completely automated? Yeah. Probably, but the back end money to spend. The back end money to spend on something like that with these legacy systems, because, like, I mean, you got to think these records go back, like, who knows, Civil War and shit like that, and we have to have the legacy systems. You have to have a system that works. We got a system called Share, and it's the old legacy system. You type in going back to the Civil War, Social Security numbers, all that, or service numbers, whatever names, and so it has to be integrated with all that stuff. So to write a program, you'd have to physically, I mean, I don't know how many veterans have existed, all 100 million probably records. You'd have to transpose all those records, data line by line, record by record. It would the economics is something like that. The government's never got the patience for. They want lowest bidder. They want it right now. So, like, to physically get rid of my job, they get rid of parts of my job. They could probably access a certain percentage of the workforce, but, like, me being with seniority and I'm a considered disabled vet, it would take quite a bit for them. And I'll give you an example. I mean, last time in 2017, then President Trump passed the VA Employee Accountability Act. You can look it up. As a result of that act, 2 people were let go from the VA. Let me say it again, 2 people. There is more people on this panel right now that were let go than were let go as a result of this act, which is a presidential level decree. That shows you the level of bureaucracy on that. And we have good unions. And also, too, we're not going to, who are they going to ask about the workers? The bosses who also don't want to let go? There's kind of a watch your own ass mentality with us. So, I mean, while I don't disagree that Musk could do something, it's going to be a whole different beast than just coming into a private corporation. Whole different
beast. Here. We have an unelected civil service that basically no matter what the last government tried to do, the civil service just basically blocked it and just you know
Mhm.
and on a
Yep,
few
yep,
occasions
they're
just said
grabbing it.
we won't do that, we don't like that, and you're just going, well, fire them. They're you know what I mean? They're employees of the government. The government has to do something to do it, and they block things. So I'm absolutely all for people getting in, but that's the whole point. You need somebody independent. You need somebody that knows how to run things. Somebody, I'm not saying Elon, but somebody like Elon that's a businessman. That
Well, also
smart
too,
man.
you need somebody who has a heart and is compassionate as well. Because while it sounds good, oh, we're going to cut 60% of the federal workforce.
Uh,
That's 8 million jobs or whatever. What are you going to
no,
do?
no,
How many million?
I understand, but at the same time, if your country's drowning in fucking debt and you keep just fucking expanding the government, and you look at here, so we have a nonsense here. I was joking about it last night. Um, we have a nonsense here. They've decided if you own chickens, you have to register them with the government now, right? In the UK, so if you
Oh
have a
yeah, we're
big
not
back
on
farm,
answer.
yeah. So what happened, which I thought was brilliant, loads of people went and bought frozen chickens and registered them. Just to crisis system. People were registering frozen chickens from the supermarket because the government went, if you own chickens, you have to tell us you have chickens and all that. What the fuck's it got to do with the government? If I own 4 or 5 chickens in the back garden, you know what I mean? None of their business. But the government's just getting bigger and bigger. The bureaucracy's getting bigger and bigger. The red tape's getting bigger and bigger. And it's not good for your country or our country for it to be so hard to do anything. It just
Oh
isn't.
yeah, well, it's undoing any bureaucracy is just it's just so much. It's just so much. You know what I mean? And I'll give you an example. Like when I first started I work for the VA. I've been working for there's 3 different sub branches under the Department of Veterans Affairs. There's the Cemetery Administration, the Health Administration, which deals with all the medical stuff, then the Benefits Administration. That's what I work for now. I started out in '06 in the Health Administration. I worked in the kitchen, and then in 2011 I transferred over to the benefits side of the house.
Uh,
All right, and it's what was I going to make the point on this? There's a point I was going to make about the 3 different administrations, but like,
No,
um,
you're stoned and you can't remember fuck off.
yeah, I do smoke a lot of weed. It is what it is, but I mean, it's they're just the bureaucracy. Whatchamacallit, and also too. I mean, if you look at a percentage of people employed by the government, we're actually at all time low. I mean, we used to have clerks and typists and all that, and jobs have been gone. So like,
yeah.
I know what the example was going to be the call center. So when I first started at the Veterans Administration, 2011, started out as the call center rep. Right, we had I think there's 80 people in the shop. There was one coach or one like a call center manager, 3 coaches, and then like everybody was just there's like 20 people per coach or whatever. Now there's now there's like 160 people in there. You got the manager, but you got an assistant manager, you got 2 training coordinators, 8 coaches, 5 leads. I mean, there's just they create jobs, and what in a lot of these leads, we have this thing called the QRT, the quality review team. It's the thing everybody wants to get to. All they're doing is nitpicking bureaucracy. Like if I didn't put a checkbox or on a form or something,
Yeah.
something that's not going to affect the veterans benefit. That's mainly what they're doing. Because like the guys are getting their stuff, they're getting their stuff, payment paid and all that. They're getting their claims decided, but like we're getting errors on nitpick bureaucracy. It's like you end up. It's the way my job is set up is kind of a weird thing. It's like a production line kind of job, but it doesn't really need to be. But like to get thought processes like that overturned is just it's impossible. So it's always going to be a production line job. So I mean, you just got to do the best and work with it. And if somebody does come in with the deficiency thing, they're going to have to. I mean, half the agencies disable vets too. That's where it's not politically expedient to fire vets. So
See,
I'm safer than a lot of most. I would say. I mean, no job is safe, but it would take
No.
a lot more than just people need to go to get rid of somebody like me. And even then, I could get a different job too.
I read a thing a while ago with the height of the British Empire when we had India and all the rest of it. That was run with something like 8,000 civil servants. The whole of the British Empire was in a quarter of the globe nearly at one point. 8,000 civil servants, right? And that's the old. You'd have to handwrite something, give it to somebody that took it to the post office. It went on a boat that went over.
We had snail mail in those days.
Yeah, and we maintained the biggest empire the world's ever seen. And now we're a tiny fucking dying nation state. And there's something like 380,000 civil servants.
Dying?
Yeah, it's.
Where did you get this idea that we were still alive and kicking? I think we died a long time ago as a nation. You may not, you may survive, but No.
Well, America's going to bail out the UK if anything happens. You know that for a fact. So,
I don't mean financially. We, as a nation, we're done. We have no identity now. We have no
oh
cohesion.
yeah, I would agree with that.
We've
I
got
mean,
nothing.
national pride. That's one thing. It's funny you mentioned that. That's one thing Craig said when he came over here that he really liked was like how proud Americans are to be Americans. Like there's flags everywhere, very patriotic and shit like that. He says you just don't get that in the UK. I think that's because your guys' sarcasm and dry wit just kind of.
No, it's not. Everything about being British is being getting attacked constantly. So they won't even let
Yes.
The English for St George's Day aren't allowed to put England flags up in case it
No.
offends the fucking immigrants.
No. Basically, the most offensive thing you can be on the planet at this moment in time is a white English man.
Yeah,
You know what made me laugh though is that when there was a NFL game over in Tottenham. I think it was Tottenham over the weekend, whatever the stadium was they played it at, and they play the American national anthem, which is literally about fucking totally flattening the British, and we play that in your guys' country, like it. And just me speaking, it seems a little disrespectful, but I'm just saying that's just it seems a little
Oh no,
fucking
no,
NFL,
you're
what I
allowed
mean?
to do that. You're allowed to sing pretty much any other national anthem. The only time you're allowed to sing the English national anthem is at an English sports event. That's on
and
television.
even then they're trying to. Sure, we have this big thing goes on every year called the last night of the proms. Big super. It's the end of the basically like the big festival season. It's always been patriotic. The play and they sing all the old songs. You all go fancy, you dress up and they wave their flags and all, and they sing Jerusalem and all that there. And they're talking about because one immigrant is offended by them singing "Rule Britannia." They're threatening to ban "Rule Britannia" at it, and you're just going,
Oh, for God's
when's
sake.
enough's enough? You go to London. There's the natural born British English are a minority in London. You go to Bradford, they're a minority. You go to all these cities, and there's just so many
Luton.
people coming in that we're not allowed to express our identity or anything to do with our history. Although you're racist, you're bigot. And Joey, I'm not being funny. It's happening over there now. I've
Oh,
seen so many
it
videos
is.
of
The beauty of
It is.
here is that we have 50 different states. So like the pocket, and it's kind of like that in the UK in a little bit. Let me explain. Like it's in pockets. Like when I went up to Yorkshire, when I went to Belfast, when I went to Worcester, when I went to Aylesbury, little different towns and shit. It wasn't like how I've seen London, how people describe London. It was like typical old England. Same thing in the States. You go to certain states, you go to Indiana, you go to rural Ohio, et cetera, et cetera. It's still like how it was. You know what I mean? But if you go to New York City, if you go to LA, we're big cities, Chicago, it's going to be that, weirdish thing. But in the States, you can kind of get away from it. Not that couldn't keep happening. Anyway, I mean, the bottom line is people need to have more kids. People in the non-Muslim world need to have more kids, or non-whatever world need to have more kids because, like,
No,
people are
you're
having
right.
kids and nobody's going to be there. You know what I mean? These generations are just going to die out.
but no, what I was going to say, but even the flag thing, Joey, there's massive sections of people in America that think if you're flying an American flag, then you're automatically a racist. You're a blah blah blah. It's bullshit.
Yeah, you've got a white towel over your head and everything every Thursday night
It's
if you fly your flag. But
it's
no.
nonsense. So
Well, the government needs to get the balls. I mean, you guys need. There's two examples of how to run governments in this regard. You can go the Canada way, or you can go the United States way. The Canada way is not the way you want to go. I mean, look at Canada. The stuff you're describing, the stuff that's happening, is on steroids in Canada. It's asinine up there. Trudeau's a fucking jackass. You know what I mean, in the states, even when somebody like Biden is, the states are like whatever. We don't care. We're gonna fly an American flag. You're gonna fly an American flag. Yes, they did take down some Confederate stuff, but if you're being real about the Confederate stuff, it was put up in the 50s to protest, civil rights legislation as a kind of thing. Flags.
yeah,
I agree with that. The North won the war. Get over the Confederate flag stuff. But there's other shit, like obviously like my fucking ball cap logo, shit like that. Just little stuff. Just shut the fuck up about it and move on.
I know,
I
but
mean,
Joey, I think you're way too complacent. You just have to look at somewhere like Minnesota. Minnesota is practically Somalia now. You know what I mean? You've got members of your government that speak fucking Somalian to their constituents. They changed the national flag, the state flag, and the first one that came out, everybody just went, "Fuck off! That's just a Somalia flag." So they had to change it. It still looks like a Somalia flag. You're way too complacent about it. I know you're a big country. I know you've loads of space and you've lots of population, but it's
Well,
done
that's
by
how we're going to
stealth.
get them over there.
It's done by stealth. You look at the people that's in now, and they congregate in areas, and then they get away areas, and then they vote en masse. They vote as a block, and the politicians, because all they want is the votes, they accept it.
Well, that may be true, but it's such a. You also have to consider.
I still
Play
get it.
point counterpoint here, but like we got 350 million Americans. The numbers of pocketed, immigrants from certain countries. I mean, it was 3 spots they put them in. They put the Somalia. I remember when they did that. They put one in Columbus, one over in, like you said, Minnesota. I think one up in Maine. It's it's such a. I don't know. It's hard. It's not really an organ. Like I partied up in Minnesota. I wasn't afraid. I mean, maybe I'm just a big guy, so I don't care. If I was like a 5'3", 125-pound girl with big ass titties, it'd be a different story. But like, I've never felt unsafe partying. I mean, these types, the American culture, the Western culture, Captain, tends to take over within a generation. Like, that's over here. At least. There are the Muslims that. I know. It feels like we're putting on
I'm
Muslims.
stopping the conversation because I've only got like 20 minutes left, and
Yeah.
there's more stuff that I actually want to talk about regarding these templates.
Yeah, but real quick, the ones in the UK are different than the ones over here, in my opinion. It's a little bit different because you guys are way closer to a lot of stuff.
So far, it's only because there's a higher percentage of them here. It's done by stealth. We'll
Right.
We'll move on. So, well, in fact,
Right.
I'll tell you what. It's 11:15. I only popped up to say hello, for fuck's sake. So, I'm gonna be. You're gonna be off in 18 minutes roughly. So.
Yes, so I'm going to continue on about the actual templates.
I'm going to go ahead and watch episode.
I'm sure
3 of
people
Ludwig.
have
Have you been watching Ludwig yet on BBC, Lars?
No, I don't watch TV at all.
It's brilliant.
No, I don't watch TV.
I don't watch millions, but this one we've been taping it. I'm going to go in here and going to watch the 3rd episode. It's so good. So,
Awesome. I shall see you later.
Yes, Joy. Good to see you.
See you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you for coming up.
This is how you leave.
Figured out how to leave now. Right, yeah. So I used the square ones to make the building that was 3 stories that I took a zoom in while Joey and Captain were talking politics. If you do download the other set, though, then you do get the arch windows and the arch set as well as a almost fascia piece that goes over the top to give it a raised section. If you do it on thicker card, or you could make it as thick as the actual foam itself if you wanted, but it would be very thick if you was to do that. But it would still work. You also, and which is what the foam covers for, get the ability to do a church, or at least some kind of cathedral sized. That stands a little bit shorter than the actual 3-story building, but not by much. So 1, 2. Yeah, 3-story building stands about a centimetre taller. But you'll be able to see the church through the big cut in the middle. Captain decided to make this symmetrical for some reason. Oh, well, it's symmetrical now. Also, I do not know if I will be live next week. For anyone who does wish to come back and see what is essentially the end piece of, well, the starting of breaking up this thing. But it won't be here next week. I won't be here next week. So I'll take a week off. I'll try and get a kind.
Lazo next week. You got to go back.
No Lazo next week.
You got to go back and watch the interview I just did earlier. It was good.
Drummer for who?
It was for the Semisonic. Closing time. One last time for that song. He's a drummer for that group, Semisonic.
He's a drummer. They're boring as shit. You know that.
He wasn't a partier. He was just a introvert. Just did his thing, played some music. He told me some cool facts in there that I thought were pretty badass. It was a fun time. It's not going to be the highest graded interview. I know that, but it's I liked it. I liked it.
The drummers are the worst ones out of the band to get because they're the ones that are basically. I don't want attention. I sit behind a drum kit for a fucking.
Literally said that. He literally said that, like, because somebody had Dave C asked him if he ever had groupies attack him. He's like, "Oh, the other two would do that," and I usually got questions from the tech bro. It's like, "Hey, what kind of pedal were you using?" You know, that kind of shit. You know.
Yep. They got all the geek stuff. They got all the They didn't get all the because they were stood out in front, and they were quite happy that way because they didn't want to stand out in front. I know a drummer. He used to be a drummer because obviously he doesn't do it anymore. So I can't call him a drummer if he doesn't still do it. But yeah, they sit back there for a reason. They don't want to be the frontman. They don't want to be even the bassist, who's stood near the frontman but not quite the frontman. But no, they don't want anything like that. So drummers are boring as shit as a consequence. However, I do need to go back and watch. There was another interview he did not long ago.
Oh, Chesley Hawks. You gotta watch that one.
Yes, that one. That's the one I've got to go back and watch. Right, so now for a test to see roughly how well I'll be able to see church through
Blake
at higher levels. Blake. Drummers, well, they don't and they do.
Somebody said the Mets were getting smoked. Oh, the Mets are up 6-3 on the Dodgers. Okay. We got the in the baseball playoffs, Laz, we got the 2 semifinal series before the World Series, which should be pretty cool. Cleveland's my team, so they're playing tonight at 7:30. Playing the Yankees.
Right, so now that I figured out I can actually take this camera off and do stuff with it. So yes, you'll be able to see the church through the ruins, but it would still block off, especially from down here. You're not seeing. Yes, that should work and function. Awesome. So I can't remember where I got them from now, and I've said it. Wulvenkraft, that's it. Wulvenkraft Hobbies, whose channel I have linked down in the description below, is where I got these templates from, and yeah, even an idiot can do them, which is nice, considering an idiot wants to attempt to try and make the cathedral church thing. But I'm going to have to finish off this building first, which is going to be a hell of a lot of hours of brickwork and trellising and the other stuff to make it look like the other buildings. Oh shit, Joey! Do you realise how tedious that's going to be?
Well, you're the one who chose this life, sir. I mean, it's you're doing it for the love of the game, right? I mean, you could easily buy these pieces, but doing it yourself is way more satisfying. So that's why you're doing it.
I'm going to have to completely repair the roof of the floor of this floor roof section anyway, to make it level and fit properly and be nice. And I don't know if bricks are going to be just enough. I might have to card it up as well. Oh well, never mind. We shall find out in the future. However, now it's time to end the stream. Cheers, Blake, for coming up, dude. Or for coming in. And thank you, Alison. Buzzard, Captain, for coming up as well. Thomas for coming in. And I think that's Kirsty, of course, and Sparkles, because if she's still listening, she'll get angry if I don't mention her. But yeah, thanks a lot, and drive safe, everyone. Do you want to say anything before I end stream?
Let's see. Shows I got coming up November 2nd. There's this Dr. Sunil Dahand. He's got a bunch of subs. He's got about 500,000 subs. He's going to come on the show. I'm going to ask him if you want medical stuff and it's like an anti-establishment medical stuff. He's on that side. You know what I mean? So this would be a good guy to have up. You got to listen to that stuff. So definitely tune in for that. November 1st, I'm going to be at my buddy Scott Ween's house. We're going to do live from there. And November 23rd, Dog Musher Robert Forto is going to be live with the new puppies. He's got little puppies, little sled dog puppies. So that's going to be a good one too.
Oh, everyone likes puppies. So cool. Yeah. So catch those if you want to, and drive safe, everyone. And I'll see you. Well, not next week because I'm not here, but the week after definitely. I'll try and still get the combat patrol thing done, but don't know what's going to happen. In all honesty, for next week.